A woman at the playground once yanked her little boy back by the hood of his jacket the second she saw my dog coming up the path. She didn't say a word. She just pressed him against her legs and watched us the way you'd watch a car that had jumped the curb. My dog's name is Usia. She was born on Christmas Day. She weighs 115 pounds, and she has slept pressed against my daughter's back every single night for 2 years. 9 days after that woman grabbed her son off the ground, my 2-year-old walked out the back gate alone. And what Usia did in the 11 minutes that followed is the reason I will never again let a stranger tell me what this breed is. Everyone had an opinion about her before they ever met her. She's a Cane Corso, black, square-headed, the kind of dog that fills a doorway. When I walked her, people crossed the street. Not sometimes, every time. At the park, other mothers pulled their kids in tighter. A man once told me, flat out, that I was out of my mind to keep a dog like that around a toddler. One bad day, he said, that's all it takes with those. My own mother was worse. The first time she visited after we brought Usia home, she stood in the kitchen with her coat still on and said she would not hold the baby while that thing was loose in the house. Stay with me here. If these stories reach you at all, subscribe before you scroll on, because what happened next is the part I still can't get through in one breath. I'll be honest with you. Some nights I lay awake and wondered if all of them were right and I was the fool. Because Usia did do strange things. My daughter, Lena, had this ratty stuffed fox she dragged everywhere by one leg. And from the time Lena could crawl, Usia gave herself a job nobody asked her to do. Every time that fox hit the floor, whenever Lena set it down and wandered off without it, Usia would pick it up in that enormous mouth, carry it across the whole house, and drop it at my feet. Every time. 10, 15 times a day. It didn't matter where I was, the shower, the garden, a room with the door shut, she'd nose it open, cross the house, and lay that fox down like it was the most urgent thing in the world, then sit and wait, eyes on me, until I gave in and picked it up. At first, I thought it was sweet. By the 3rd month, I found it maddening. I'd be on a work call and this 100-pound dog would come padding in and drop a spit-soaked fox on my keyboard. "Take the toy," Lena would call after her, giggling. "My mom, take the toy!" It turned into the joke of the whole house. I never understood it. I thought she was bored. There were other things, too. Usia would not let Lena near the back of the house on her own. Our yard slopes down through a line of trees to a trail, and at the bottom of that trail there is a pond. Dark, flat, deeper than it has any right to look. If Lena drifted toward the back gate, Usia would haul herself up, cross the room, and stand between my daughter and that door. Never growling, just there. A wall you could not move. My mother called it controlling. She said it was the guarding instinct everyone had warned me about, curdling into something I would not be able to handle once the dog got bigger. And in the mornings, Usia sat at the window that looks down the yard toward that trail, and she watched it. For hours. I used to think she was watching for birds. By that spring, the weight of it had gotten to me. I'd started reading rehoming pages late at night, breed rescues. I told myself I was only reading. I hadn't said a word to anyone, not even my husband. I just kept the tab open on my phone the way you leave a door cracked. And then came the Tuesday in June. It was 4 p.m. A driver was at the door, and I stepped onto the porch to sign for a box. 30 seconds, maybe 40. The door opened behind me. Lena had been on the living room floor with the fox. When I came back inside, the fox was lying on the rug. Lena wasn't there. The back gate, the one I always latched, was standing open. She had figured out how to lift the catch. I ran into the yard screaming her name, and there was nothing. No small pink shape anywhere on the grass, no answer. Just the trees, and below the trees, the trail, and below the trail, the water. And Usia was gone too. I was halfway down the slope, tripping over roots, when Usia came back up the trail toward me at a flat run. No Lena, just Usia. Soaked to the chest, mud to her shoulders. She did not stop when she reached me. She wheeled around and went back down, then stopped and looked back, waiting. Then again. She was pulling me down that hill without a leash. I have never moved so fast in my life. Lena was at the very edge of the pond, sitting in the mug, a foot from the water, one sandal gone, both hands pressed flat in the muck, calm, the way small children are calm right until the second everything goes wrong. She had gone down there chasing a duck, she told me that afterward, like it was obvious. A duck. And Usia was standing in the water between my daughter and the deep of that pond. Chest deep, planted in it, her body turned to face Lena, so that if Lena called forward, the first thing she'd meet was 115 pounds of dog who would not let her pass. She had gone down there, she had found her, and then she had come all the way back up the hill for me and gone straight back down again, because she could not carry a toddler and she could not dial a phone. So she did the only thing she had ever known to do when Lena let go of something and walked off. She came to get me. The exact thing she had been practicing 15 times a day for 2 years with a stuffed fox. I waded in and pulled Lena up out of the mud, and only then did Usia move. Only after my daughter was off the ground and in my arms did that dog turn and climb out of the water behind us, shaking, watching Lena the whole way up the hill. The delivery driver was still in my driveway. He had heard me screaming and called it in, and a sheriff deputy met us at the top of the trail a few minutes later. He crouched down, looked at the mud caked up Usia's legs, looked at the black water, and said quietly that a pond like that can take a toddler under in under a minute, and that we'd been lucky. But he was looking at my dog when he said it, and we both knew luck had nothing to do with it. My mother drove over that night. She didn't say much. She lowered herself onto the kitchen floor, my mother who once would not hold the baby in the same room as that thing, and she let Usia rest that enormous head in her lap, and she cried, and she never said the word rehome to me again. Nobody in my family ever did. Lena is 4 now. Usia is 2.5, 120 pounds, a little gray already coming in around her mouth. The fox is long gone, chewed to nothing years ago. But Lena has a stuffed rabbit these days, and every single time that rabbit hits the floor, Usia lifts it up, carries it across the house, drops it at my feet, and stares at me until I take it. I take it every time now. I don't find it maddening anymore. I know exactly what she is telling me. She is telling me she knows where my daughter is, and she is telling me she would like me to know too. Everyone crossed the street. Everyone had a bad feeling. Everyone was so certain they could read 100 pounds of black dog from across a parking lot. They read her exactly wrong. The thing they were so sure was a danger to my child was the only thing on earth standing between her and the water. So I'll hand it to you, because I still go back and forth on it myself. Was Usia trained into that, or born into it? And does a dog like her choose the child she guards, or did my daughter just get lucky twice? Tell me honestly. I read every last one.